Think about your favorite restaurant. Now think about how much money you spend every time you go there. $10, maybe $20. Let's just say it's $20. That's how much the average Nigerian makes in a day. Except Musa makes 10% of that, $2. Hello, my name is Isabel Keener, and I'm part of the infrastructure team for MK Gardening and Nursery.
And my name is Lubaba Hussein.
My name is Jessica Desara.
My name is Charan Bala.
I'm Justin Cardia.
And I'm Wilson Xin.
It's broken. Here's a little bit about Musa Kawu. Musa is a 48-year-old man with a wife and 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls. He's been gardening for the past 19 years, and this passion of his started when he met a man named Mr. Mahmood and went on a gardening journey with him. His goal is to gain financial stability and create a long-lasting business that he can pass down to his kids one day.
Oh, he's been encountered 3 problems. The first, the location. He has nowhere to sell or plant his crops. The second, electricity. There's rolling electricity in Nigeria, therefore he only has 2 to 3 hours of power. However, since we're planning to give him electric tools, he needs power for longer than that. The third, financial literacy. Growing a business, that's very important as you need to keep track of your expenses. Solutions. We plan on giving him a piece of land so he has one place to sell and grow his crops. The second, electricity. We want to give him a generator, therefore we have power to charge the tools we plan to give him. And third, a traditional system where he can keep track of all his finances.
Here are some of the competitive advantages he has against some other businesses. His first advantage is that he provides deliveries, so if a customer buys from him, he can also get his flowers and trees delivered to his house. His second advantage is that he also offers installments, so he will actually come to your house and garden for you and install those plants into your house. And the third advantage is that he has a lot of quality power tools that we will purchase for him that will help him.
His target market is homeowners, business owners, hotels, and parks. The area that we are wishing to purchase is a corner lot, which helps with visibility and foot traffic. The visibility will help not only with people on foot, but also people who are driving. The foot traffic also helps bring in new customers. The area around him is very supportive of local businesses, which will help him thrive. Agriculture is also a huge part of their culture, so the business there should work out very well.
With the funding,
Okay, so his business here, he sells flowers and fruit trees, which he can bring and install for an additional fee. He also does the landscaping, like you saw in the images from our marketing team. And right now he is the sole owner. He does everything that he needs to run this business. So here is a partial list of our budget. In front of you, you have the full list for our entire project. We need to get him supplies such as protective equipment, the water tanks, water pumps required, the land that he will now use, as well as some other miscellaneous like scissors and trimming and that kind of stuff, as well as the generator and the electric tools. So that comes out to a total of $2,906, or about 1.3 million net naira.
with the funding we are hoping to receive, we would like to purchase the items that Musa requested in order to start his gardening business. The top 3 most important items are listed above on the screen. The first item is a 3-in-1 power hedge trimmer, which will allow Musa to keep his garden really tidy and very presentable. The second item is an oiled power generator, which will allow Musa to run his modern power tools. The last item, which is the most important, is the land that we are hoping to rent. If we are able to fund for these items, Musa's work time will be cut down by 2/3.
So it's very important that Musa tracks his financials, and the best way for him to do that in the way that he prefers is actually quite simple, using pen and paper. So to organize these numbers, we decided to make 4 ledgers, one for his sales, one for his operating expenses, one for his monthly profit, and one for his savings. So as he makes purchases, he's going to track all the information and for all the expenses he puts into his business, like seed, soil, monthly utilities like water, in 1/12 of the annual rent. He will track that every month in his operating expenses. Now he's going to subtract the operating expenses from the revenue and put it into his profit sheet so he can track that monthly. And since insurance is not as efficient, we decided to take 15% out of his monthly profit to put aside in case something wrong happens, and he has backup money to help with that.
Okay, so right now, his current business, where he sells other people's flowers and fruit trees, as well as the landscaping, brings in about 150,000 naira per month. So for the costs, the operating costs, he takes a 30,000 naira salary, plus 20,000 goes into savings, and then 1,000 is for water, and the remaining 99,000 gets invested back into the business. And so after he gets this equipment, the land and everything, we think his future revenue can shoot up to about 900,000 naira, so about 6 times. And this is due to the increased amount of stock that he has, as well as the decreased production times, as well as the decreased landscaping times, and also just the brand image of him having these big electric tools. It creates this sort of prestigious image that the upper middle class of Bauchi State would like to see. And that cost, so with the gasoline generator and everything, it'll raise it by about 50,000 because petrol and gas is very expensive there. He'll also, as my colleague here stated, take 15% of his profit and stick it back into insurance. So the cost comes out to about 100,000 naira plus the 15%, whatever the profit is that month.
Musa Kawu turned to leadership initiatives for our help. And in order to help him, we ask you for your help to make his dream into reality. Thank you so much for your time. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can use our contact information. And once again, our infrastructure team thanks you.
Thank you. Very good work, team, in your advocacy on behalf of your social entrepreneur client. Again, there was the language about the problem, and I presume that that's part of the templates that you may be receiving, because I've been seeing it last week and this week. This gentleman is not a problem, and his business is not a problem. Likewise, really be careful about using words like solution or solving problems. That's part of the problem with the word problem, is that it leads one to say, well, we're going to solve the problem. And when we solve a problem, that means we fixed it and don't have to worry about it again. And that's really, dare I say it, problematic. We can't guarantee that. So we can respond to the challenges, but we're not solving things. And especially if we're management advisors and consultants, that's definitely not our role, because it creates a lot of liability in case you don't solve the problem. I was a little bit confused by the reference to growing crops, because from the previous presentation, the complimentary one, I was under the impression he was providing primarily a service rather than actually selling things. And then I got a bit more of a view in your further exposition that this would include not just flowers, but I guess fruit trees we could construe more or less as crops. That confused me a little bit. There is a reference to installments, and that has a particular word in business. I think what it meant, the person meant, was installation, perhaps. I really liked the detail in the budget and the Oh, actually, no, I really like the financial tracking system. I thought that was, given the fact that you have a cash basis business and just about every one of these clients that Leadership Initiatives is helping has little or no background in terms of financial tracking. I thought that was a really nice set of templates to track this information. Regarding the budget, though, it's not necessary to go to the penny. It lends a false sense of accuracy for a budget. If something's going to be $434.29, just say $435, or it's okay to round up to $1, $5, $10. That's easier. And with currency fluctuations, that's probably more realistic. Anyway, there were repeated uses of the word cost, and in context, I think what you meant was expense. A cost is money that you spend for an asset. An expense is money that you spend for supplies or something for the period. So just that distinction. And finally, at the end, I really liked in fact, you may be the first group I've seen in all the groups I've reviewed for Leadership Initiatives who talked about self-insurance and setting the money aside in savings. And that's tough when you're trying to run a business. But given the state of the insurance market there, it does seem to be necessity and a really good discipline for him. So again, I think you did a very good job advocating on behalf of your client. I wish him all the best, and congratulations to you on your fine work.
Thank you for your feedback. I would like to touch on how you said crops. What we meant by that, the service is additional to the fact that he gardens his own plants and his own flowers. So people will purchase from him, and what sets him apart from his competitors is that he will go and plant the flowers for him. So that's what sets him apart. But if we weren't clear on the fact that he still grows his own trees, flowers, and plants. Thank you.
I think we could probably add that the culture with plants and flowers in Nigeria is a little bit different. They don't give flowers per se, they only use them as decorations.
Guys, there is nothing to say to you but an amazing job, because to be honest with you, like, you have a full package of presentation. I really love it. You make a clear definition of how to set up a business to me. You provided everything that the business need, which is one of my biggest concern. You actually created a very good budget. It's clear that this is where you intend to spend your money. It's very, very important. And apart from that, you also create a financial tracking system. You're more concerned about, I know we talked about it this week, how poorly people just operate their business without tracking their finances. The relationship with your business partner this week really shows that you have taken too much from him and you understand exactly how things works there. Creating a saving plan is the best insurance. Just like I said, we don't have an effective system, but you guys take that into consideration, and making him to save is actually the best thing that will happen to his business. So you have a very, very nice presentation. Your presentation really kept me awake, and I keep following like one slide after the other. So I'm really proud of you for making this amazing presentation, and thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you so much, Umar.
Thank you, Umar. Thank you guys again for a great presentation. I loved the way that you began the presentation with a good introduction, and for sharing the budget, so that we can reference back to it, at a later time, to add on to what my colleagues mentioned. It's always good to be able to track the numbers. So it's good to see that you're helping this person be able to put together a way that he can track his expenses and costs and, whatever he's putting in to the business, because that's one, certainly a great way to be able to understand how your business is developing over a period of time. So you guys did a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.